The house that waited for me. When I was 9, my mom, my older brother, and I lived on the outskirts of a small town. Behind our house began a forest, dark, silent, and strangely empty. Mom always told us not to go there, especially after sunset. But kids will be kids, and one day, we decided to see what was inside. That's where we found the house. It wasn't abandoned in the usual sense, more like forgotten. Wooden, crooked, with attic windows that looked like empty eye sockets. The door was slightly open, and even though it was dark inside, I felt certain someone was watching us from that darkness. My brother said nobody likes cowards, and pushed me inside. But the moment I stepped over the threshold, it felt like I had walked into another place. Too quiet, too cold. Children's toys lay on the floor, old, broken ones. A teddy bear without eyes, a rubber horse, little cars with missing wheels. They were arranged in a semicircle, as if someone had been playing with them just moments ago. And among them stood a doll. The doll had long, silvery hair and a porcelain head. But the eyes were alive, not realistic. Alive. They moved, looked at me, then at my brother. I said I wanted to leave, but the doll suddenly smiled. And at that moment, the house seemed to come alive. The floor creaked as if someone heavy had stood up beneath us. The door behind us slammed shut with such force that my ears rang, and from the open attic came a cold draft that smelled of rot and wet earth. We ran for the exit. My brother yanked the door. It wouldn't open. He rammed it with his shoulder, kicked it, shouted. I turned around and saw the doll was no longer sitting. It was standing, right in the middle of the room, watching us, head tilted. Too tall to stand without support. Too close for us not to notice how it moved. And then, something stirred in the corner. First a small shadow, then another, and a third. They crawled out from under the furniture, from the darkness, scuttling across the floor. Small silhouettes like children, but their faces were blank, with no eyes, no mouths, just smooth skin. They reached out their hands. At that moment, the door burst open on its own, and we sprinted outside. My brother grabbed my hand and dragged me until we reached our house. I looked back, and in the dark doorway stood the doll, smiling. Wide. Too wide. Mom scolded us, but then she saw the scratches on my arm, thin, long, as if from tiny fingers. Her face turned white as chalk. She said she knew that house, that it had stood there long before we were born, and that inside it, a child had gone missing, a child who had a doll just like that one. We moved away a month later. Life went on, and I almost forgot about it. Almost. Years passed. I grew up. My brother moved to another city to study. And then a few days ago, I received a letter with no return address, a small box. Inside was a doll, the same one, with silvery hair. Only now. Next to it was a photograph. Old, yellowed. It showed me and my brother standing in front of that house. But we'd never taken such a photo. We were just kids then. We didn't even have a camera. And behind us, in the shadow of the doorway, stood a small figure, exactly like the ones from the house. On the back, written in childish, shaky handwriting, "You came in. Now you owe me. The house is waiting." And tonight, as I was walking home, I saw something. On the steps of the house across the street sat a little girl, thin, pale, with empty eye sockets. She just stared at me without blinking, and at her feet sat a toy, a doll, the same one, smiling.